It's you call that radio TV. We're live for a very special guest, unannounced last minute thing. And it's the night before we build a spring with Doghouse Doss, the Twistettes and Gasp at Room 2 tomorrow night. And we're also going to have a wee club anyway, an after party in a secret location. So I can't tell you where that is. But come to Room 2 between 7 and 10 and we'll be sure to tell you where the secret location is. What we can tell you today is that there's going to be another gig this weekend at the CCA, the Scars, featuring our very special guest tonight. I've been a massive fan of his work for years, so it's a nice surprise to get him on the show finally. It's Tam Dean Byrne. How you doing, mate?
Oh, great. Yeah, our gig's no this weekend, though. It's
all
next
right,
weekend. We're on Saturday.
It's all last minute. It's all last
Coronation.
minute. But that's great. That's more time to prepare. That's timed with the coronation. Aye, right. Okay. So get your pims, drink your pims, and because I think Prince Charles is having a rave in Buckingham Palace or something. I don't know. I'm a wee bit out of touch with what they're up to. But,
yes, the Parasites pageant. Yes,
Parasites pageant. So tell us about the gig, man. Before we go anywhere, let's focus on the gig.
Well,
So it's the 6th of May, the CCA, it's the Scars featuring yourself in Port Sulphur. I was watching some of the footage. I might actually play a little bit of the footage during the show as well to give people a chance to hear what it is. But how would you describe it?
well, it's the very first gig that I'm doing with the Scars were they were great heroes of mine for way back in the day, and it all came up because of this book Hungry Beat. That is about the post-punk scene in Edinburgh and Glasgow. And they've been putting on gigs around that. They got me involved. I was reading for the book. And then sort of it's 77 to 84, it's sort of picking up on. And then they got a Hungry Beat band to do songs of the period. And they asked me to come and do a few of them, including the Scars' first single, Horror Show and Adultery, which was totally amazing to us at the time. And then the Mackey brothers, for the band, the bass player and the guitarist, they could come and do it as well. So they played and we did that song, and it worked so well that they asked me to join them. So we've got 2 gigs, one in Edinburgh in June at the Voodoo Rooms that sold out, and so we're saying to all the Edinburghers that have got tickets for that, they've got to come through a week on Saturday as well, because our very first gig is going to be at CCA. And suddenly, you never know what sort of turns life is going to take. Suddenly I'm the singer in the Scars, so I look forward to that.
I found a little footage in YouTube of you performing Horror Show. I think it was back at LaBelle Angel for the launch of Hungry Beat.
That's right. That's where it all happened that I've been talking about. It was a consequence of that night that we've decided to go for it. And we've not got any, big game plan, and we're not trying to sort of just think, there's money to be made, reforming and all that, and get on that sort of retro ticket and everything, revivalist. No, we're just taking that as it comes, and it felt good, and it's been working great. And we did I don't know if you're allowed to mention other radio shows.
Other radio shows are available, yeah, it's fine,
yes.
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Derek McCutcheon at Rebellious Jukebox on
yes, Camglen FM, not a big fan.
Aye, great stuff. And so we recorded 3 tunes, 3 of the new numbers that we've been working on for Derek, and that's got it. And so just taking each thing as it comes. And
Tam, there's a wee bit of noise interference coming when you're talking. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that, but when you're speaking, it seems like there's a little bit of interference as you speak. But
yeah.
I'm going to play. I'll play a little clip from LaBelle Angel just now. In the meantime, it's fine. We can get through it, man. It's not. I can still hear what you're saying. It's just that there's just a little bit of.
It might have been rubbing against this radiator. I'm in a hotel room. I'll see if I can adjust.
We'll give you a moment to adjust, and we'll just play a wee minute or so of the LaBelle and So this is Scars featuring Tam, Dean Burnett, and you can see them live for yourself at the CCA next weekend. And if you're not going to Buckingham Palace or
I'm trying
you can have no Paris.
and here's the other side.
Gasping the dog goes, the twist dates with a DOS crowd, a solar powered lamppost light and a room to brighten your town. Yes, that was amazing. We've got some comments coming in.
Nice one. I've switched from the iPad to the iPhone because of the Wi-Fi. But
it is a miracle because it sounds absolutely fantastic. It's a job well done. That was a nice manoeuvre.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you sound absolutely fine now. And yeah, that's great. We've got some comments coming in. Hello, Mary's in the house. Hello, Alex. And it's Ali Grant saying horror show. That's a tune.
It totally is. I mean, these were like teenagers at the time. Yeah, and they were only like fucking 17-year-old when they were making that stuff. And that was off of Clockwork Orange, the movie. All those words that Rab wrote, and it was all so mythical because you couldn't see the film at the time. You know, it was banned in the cinemas and that as well. And you couldn't get video really till later on. So yeah, it's extraordinary stuff. A great joy for me to be doing it. Yeah.
And it sounds like you're enjoying it, and also I don't know if is that do you think it was maybe your acting background, your theatre background that gets the diction so right on stage? Because you know a lot of singers' words just sort of disappear. Mine included.
Yeah,
when
I know what you mean.
The words can just get lost somewhere in the mix.
Aye, well there is that definitely. It's also I'm in another band called the Bum Clocks.
Yes, I'm
other
a fan
great.
of.
Great post-punk stars. My wee brother Russell on drums, and Coco was in Gin Goblins, and Malcolm Ross, brilliant guitarist. But because it's Burns, but mashed up with other stuff, Iggy Pop and all sorts, we do put a lot of emphasis on the words. So I do try to get the words across. And that's what's brilliant about Scars as well, that the songs that they do, even like the cover versions they do, they are very theatrical, and they are they're full of drama. So they do appeal to me and work for me on that basis, you know, that I'm an actor, and I'm used to putting words across, and I love doing it. Yeah.
What's the difference in feeling from going on stage to going on a film set?
Well, it's the liveness, you know, that this whole thing about, you know, that it's totally in the moment in a way, whereas you've got so much else to deal with, and with filming, and what you're trying to do is do less. You didn't want to be banging it out because it all just looks too much on film wise or telly, whereas theatre. It's what I can relate to easier, because it is of this same type of feeling and concentration and energy that you're sort of channeling, but you're blasting it out into that audience. Yeah.
I'm going to play a wee bit of the Bum Clocks for folk that don't know. I've got the Bum Clocks Burns Busk from 2009 George Square. Is that decent quality to do it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was Robert Burns' 250th birthday, so we played 50 gigs across Scotland that year. We started with that. That was on his, January the 25th, and we've done stuff that's we're out on Ramrock Records. People look for a Tree of Liberty EP we brought out last year, but this is us at our punky beginnings in George Square.
Amazing. Let us know in the comments we make of this. It's the Bum Clocks live from George Square. We're not live, this was 2009, but you know.
Very first poem that Robert Burns wrote, called A Tale of Twa Dugs. Our name, the Bum Clocks, that's your band, comes from the very last verse. Oh, A Tale of Twa Dugs. A bum clock is an old Scottish word for a beetle. We are the Scottish Beatles. Well, we're going to do Tale of Twa Dugs, that for you. And then one of the numbers that they wrote together is called Green Grow, the Bells in Mauchline and the Lassies in New York City. So, here we go. Robbie, 250. Happy birthday.
As you call that, radio TV, we are live with the legendary Tam Dean Byrne. And I was am I on time, by the way? Because the last show I did, I was out of
Ah,
time.
you're totally.
Yeah,
I
just
see
because
your
it
lips
was
moving.
last
It's
week.
looking
Did a show
good.
on Friday, and it was kind of like a badly dubbed kung fu film or something. So it's good.
I know you mean
timing,
it can
but-
be like that. Aye, it's tough going. But that was wild, that is. And it was Rory for a band that called the Low Myths at the time that he was drumming because my wee brother was away in the States at the time. And Malcolm was playing through this wee busking amp that we had. And I'm, funnily enough, I'm going through to get it the morning from my wee brother's studio in Edinburgh because we're starting up a radio station in the Kibble Palace on Saturday for Radio Free Kibble. The Kibble Palace in the Botanics, the council are going to start trying to charge money for you to get into the Kibble, which is totally outrageous. So we've been occupying it on the weekends. And so we're starting up a radio station there on Saturday, Radio Free Kibble, and,
Yes, amazing.
with a busking amp.
And that's the rumour that they're going to be doing to People's Palace as well. They're talking about. Well, that's not even back yet, but if it does come back, it's going to be a charge thing. And these we've got to fight for these things, or they're going to go.
Aye. Totally. Yeah. Because apart from anything else, it's like, I mean, that was, my bairn was in there all the time. And if you've got to pay, you're only going to go to a thing once. But we were in there every day nearly and that as well. But at this time, where you need somewhere nice and warm and all that sort of thing as well, with ragey folk, it's just outrageous, the idea that they're charging. Especially, it's 150 years since that Kibble Palace came to Glasgow. It was a guy in Helensburgh. He had it in his garden and he brought it up the canal. It was all shipped up and brought to the Botanics 150 years ago. So it's a very important place. And it's like a big spaceship.
Is it possible to tune into Radio Free Kibble, or is it? Do you need
Well,
to
we're
there?
going to get that. I was going to seek advice for you, but we're going to attempt to. I mean, we've no word to how to do it live yet on Saturday, but you can advise me. And,
well, we've just about figured it. It took us about 3 years, but we're just about. But we're doing a live stream tomorrow night. Not to plug my own gig, but the plan is
look forward to that.
So we did the Friction Burn Supper in January, and we did it, but we didn't tell anyone we were going to live stream it because we didn't want to put people off buying tickets. So, but we did live stream it, and then this is the thing tomorrow. So Doghouse Doss, the Twisted It's Gas, we'll put a schedule link in the comments for anyone who wants to go. It's cheap. It's about 11 quid if you buy a ticket today, and then it's 15 quid after 1 o'clock tomorrow in the door. So it makes sense to buy now if you can.
Yeah, but it looks brilliant. Looks a great
So
gig. I know the Twistettes. I know the
Twistettes.
Yeah,
Joe's in here.
Totally.
Joe, do you hear that?
Yeah.
You're just getting a shout out.
Yeah.
I've
got a Twistettes t-shirt. Yeah.
He's got a Twistettes t-shirt. So have I. Look at that.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Aye.
So well, I'll stick you in the guest mate if you can make it. If you want to make it done, I can show you the equipment that we're using to make it live. But basically, the way to do it, there's a couple of different ways of doing it. But to do it properly, we hire a camera guy in and hire in someone to do the live OBS edit, which I can do myself. But because I'm hosting the gig as well, it's just too much for one normal person. Never mind me. So I just think I'm going to get someone else in to do that. But we are going to just let it. We're charging a £5 for people to buy a stream ticket. And if we get 25 tickets, we need 50 tickets to cover it at a £5 each. But Darren McGarvey's podcast is kindly offered to crowdfund it. So if we get 25 tickets, he's going to pay the other 25. So we're only about 5 tickets away. We're going to do it anyway. And it'll be free for everyone to watch. So
fantastic.
That £5 just goes in so that everyone can watch it. Because it's not much. Everyone's skinting now. So it's about... As long as that a place has got a decent internet connection, the plan is to try and stream all our gigs live to the YouTube in the meantime.
Nice one.
So that's the plan. But yeah, I'll maybe try and pop down on Saturday and see what you're working with and see.
11 to 1 we're going to be on, but we're going to try and do a sort of podcast type of basis. But we've got a campaign song in that as well that we'll be doing.
Oh, amazing! Yeah. Brilliant stuff, man. And the reason that we're having a late night tonight is because you've been on very important business. Can we talk anything about that?
Aye, absolutely. I'm in Galloway I'm in a place, Newton Stewart in Galloway with Bill Drummond. That we've been working a lot together. Bill started writing plays a few years back, and I've been putting them on with him in various guises. And he's been on this world tour, playing all different places across the world, taking his work to India. And there's a great film called Best Before Death about when he was in India and North Carolina. And then he realised just before lockdown, really, or that he just thought, I can't really justify this being this sort of colonial figure gone round and to these places. So he made this world tour, then concentrate on the British Isles. And he did various places there. But now he's further concentrated it. And so for the next 4 years, it's all going to happen in Galloway, in various spots. And the day we went to Port Patrick and Wigtown and what was the other place we went to? But it all fell into place brilliantly, that we've got great possibilities for work over the next 4 years. What he does is he has a tea room. He serves tea in the afternoon, and then you've got to help. You get your tea and you help do these 25 paintings that have got text on it, and to write the text on with him. And then in the evening, we're going to do performances. And we'll have offshoots for that. Hopefully we'll be in Glasgow next spring. But this September, we should be doing here and in Wigtown, all being well. So I love it. I love work with Bill. He's an absolute legend. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, the legend gets overused with Bill Drummond, 100% legend. So have we got a date for the first one? Because I definitely want to go and check this out.
Well, I think it's looking like the last 2 weeks in September that we're looking at being in Wigtown. But it's got to be confirmed, but I'll let you ken as soon as it is.
Please do. Do you think Bill would come in the show? I know he doesn't like interviews.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, he's very cagey about interviews. He sets the rules that you're allowed to ask 4 questions and that sort of thing. He's got a brilliant book like that about where all the journalists that he's demanded, that's how they operate.
We had Kevin Oiriki on the show once, and he said that he'd maybe let you, or he'd maybe come on the show if you didn't ask any questions. Like, you've got to do an interview, but as long as there's not a question mark at the end of anything you say.
Yeah, well, he's actually on the Mornings Night as well, but it's on in Edinburgh with the other guy from Oiriki, Michael Pedersen.
Yeah,
he's on at the Queen's Hall, the Mornings Night, and yeah.
Well, it's a bad clash for me. I'll be building the spring.
Fair enough.
Room 2, but next one, 100%. Jim Warren's in the comments. He says, "What have I missed?"
Jim?
Yeah, Jim's here. Jim, you've missed the bum clocks and you've missed Scars featuring Tam so far, but the best.
Right, you can come and see us at CCA.
Yeah,
that's on Saturday.
That's it. We'll bring up the flyer again for anyone who's just joining us. It's the CCA next Saturday.
Port Sulphur are a brilliant band as well. That's Douglas McIntyre that was behind the book I was talking about, Hungry Beat. That's his band, Port Sulphur. They're brilliant. They really were seeing it all.
Epi saying, sounds awesome. Mako says, sounds awesome. Thanks, Mako. By the way, you did a great job of mixing and mastering the Slug interview that I did with Slug from Atmosphere. We'll bring that out next week. It's just been a busy week. Epi saying a Bill Drummond interval would be a must-watch, and Jim saying that he'll be there. Jim's going. So
great, Jim.
We've got the word to Cumnock. The world of Cumnock knows about it. Going back to the bum clocks, George Square gig, playing the fence was fucking mental. That was nuts. Thanks. And Alex, who's a drummer himself, says, "Oof, using Barrier as hi-hat and cymbals plus 1 10 100 million, I don't know what it is." Gareth said it was dope. Tam the Van says it's like the early fall as well.
That's a great compliment. Aye. With Mark Riley was in them.
Carol Lagerfani says looking good, Tam.
Thank you. Thank
best
you,
name
Carol.
of the week so far. Best name. So just a wee, I'm just interested a wee bit in your journey. So are you Ayrshire originally, or? Where are you from?
Me? No, I'm an East Coaster.
East Coast.
I was born in Leith, and then I grew up in a place, Clermiston, on the outskirts of Edinburgh. Yeah.
Cool. And so, what was your how did you get into acting, or what came first, with the music or the acting, or what was your story?
Well, the music did it first. I was in a punk band called Dirty Reds, and that eventually then they became Fire Engines, and
Fire Engines are class.
I totally was. Well, that's my best pals, and my wee brother Russell, and Davy Henderson, and Graham Main, and I went to drama school then, and they then became Fire Engines. I knew Davy was going to be a better singer than me. Davy Henderson, I mean, he's another absolute legend. All his bands, and it was with Russell Wynn in the 1980s, and then Nectarine Number 9, and then Sexual Objects. All absolutely brilliant stuff. But we did a show together in 1980 at the Edinburgh Festival called Why Does the Pope Not Come to Glasgow? And while we were in rehearsals, it got announced that he was coming. And this was a play with me acting in it and Fire Engines playing in it as well. And funnily enough, a week the morning, it's going to be broadcast for the first time ever that we got a cassette, and we never really paid much attention to listening to it or that again. You know, it's like your old things. But because of this book, Hungry Beat, then that being about the period, we then went back. My wee brother digitized the cassette, and it sounds brilliant. And so my mate has a show on another radio station called Resonance FM. And his show's called Bad Punk, and it's on a Friday night from 10 till 11:30. And I've done a couple of them on the earlier years of the Hungry Beat book, 77, 78, 79, and 1980 we're into it. And it will be part of that show that will go at 10 o'clock on May the 5th. So that was a really big thing for me. But then I got this job at Perth, and I became more involved in acting, but always hankered after the music side of things as well, and managed it at various points. But it's been in more recent years. You know, I've been working away as an actor all that time, but in more recent years, then it was this Burns and all that festival that used to happen during an year. That they asked me to come and perform, and I did it first. I did with my wee brother. We supported Pete Doherty, and then once Malcolm Ross joined us, we supported Julian Cope at that festival, and we then became the Bum Clocks, and we've been gone ever since. And because it's Burns, some years we only play in January. But it's sort of that keeps us going as well. So it's been great to get back into music in various ways again. I never expected that it was going to turn out like this at my age. I love it.
I got a message for Andy Jackson. I think we've got a mutual friend there. I know Tom, he's a wonderful lad. I used to teach him when I worked for Apple about 1 million years ago. Please pass on my regards.
All right. Wow. It's funny. I went into the Apple shop yesterday because I've got this project I'm working on where it's about hearing voices and then combined with what could be virtual reality. So I was trying to see if I could get Apple to supply me with some of the glasses and that as well, because I know that they're trying them out still. And I'm pursuing that type of line as well. But yeah, I used to love going into the Apple shop for their classes, and they taught me about how to work a computer and that. Yeah,
amazing. Andy Jackson actually helped produce the new Gyro Baby single, which we will be releasing May the 14th, I think. May the 14th.
Oh,
or 15th.
Right. Wow.
So it was one of the tunes that we just couldn't quite
All the
finish.
best, Andy. Yeah.
I sent it to Andy, and Andy fixed it. So it's went down a kind of more unashamedly pop sound, but I think it's all the better for it. So
great stuff.
To Andy for that. Also, I've got a message. Robbie Dargay says, "Say hi from me." I don't know if you know Robbie.
Hi. Yeah,
Dargay. Yes. Great DJ. I think he's been quite busy with fatherhood recently, but before that we used to always get him to do our after parties, play some funk, soul and Motown.
Aye, nice
Good
one.
lad.
I know his sister, and because the sort of community or families that were involved in the West End, aye, which was all tied in with this Children's Wood. With campaign that we had to try and save this place at Children's Wood, and we formed a wee band then as well, where my missus Emma, she plays the flute, and Andy Alston, he's in the band Delamitri. He played with us as well, and he's involved in the campaign to keep the Kibble free as well. But hi Robbie.
Hi Robbie, and then you get Dunk Starks also saying he's a proper Barry Gadgie. First person I saw when I arrived at Dun last year, and then kept meeting him.
Aye,
so Dunk started doing the rabbit hole.
Yeah, because that's another band I'm in as well. It's Brass Eyes, community brass band.
I love Brass Eyes.
Aye, they got me playing the baritone horn. I'd never done it since I was 11. But I got back onto that, and we had a great time. We were there for the whole festival, and then we played on the Sunday. Brass Eye are brilliant as well.
Aye, brilliant. I think the first time I booked Brass Eye was when we did the Loch Lomond boat party, and we got them on, and they were just sensational. Highlight of the weekend, definitely. Baco's showing some love for Resonance FM. Resonance FM, is that how you say it? Aye.
Yeah.
I see them doing lots of good work. I see them doing lots of great work.
Aye, they do great stuff.
Angus saying legend has it. Angriest actor in Scotland, inverted commas. Have you been hit with the tag that you're the angriest actor in Scotland?
Well, no, the one that it was. I did an interview about the gig for the Evening Times last week, and I was saying about how I went for being dubbed scariest actor in Scotland, sometime with the stage stuff, but also sort of tied in with me playing the gangster on River City. But I've sort of flipped over for that to being a children's entertainer, reading the Gruffalo in the Children's Wood. So again, never knew the way that what life can throw up to you. But
yeah, things
I'm
like doing 10.
Thing,
is that right? 10 audiobooks for Irvine Welsh.
Aye, I've done all the audiobooks really. Yeah. I think we're even past the 10 now as well. But
wow.
Aye, yeah, it's a great job that. I get to read the books before they come out, and they're just so brilliant to work on. I love that. I love it. Yeah, Irvine's he's a great hero and a great pal of mine, and that as well. And I've done theatre stuff with his and that as well. I did a one-man show with his book Filth, and totally loved that. I toured around with that. Yeah.
I've only seen the film of Filth, but it was brilliant. But
aye,
all the train spotting was just mind blowing for me as a young kid. Reading something in Scottish,
I
know.
It
totally made you just. I mean, I don't know what a half our generation would have did without something like train spotting.
Yeah,
it just made just inspirational stuff. I think train spotting's actually touring in September. I think in Glasgow. I keep on seeing adverts for it.
Well, they're doing the sort of what was the follow up, the porno.
Porno, that's it. That's the one. That's the one.
Aye. No, that's looking good.
I think it's a GFT maybe.
Yeah, no, they're doing it at it's big. I think it's like at the King's or Theatre Royal. Aye, no, it's a big tour.
You always got to be careful when you're googling porno. But wait there.
If you put Irvine Welsh's porno, I think.
King's Theatre. You're right. Yeah. King's Theatre on Friday the 15th to the 16th of September. So I think me and my brother are going to go along to that. Looks amazing. Jim Monin saying that he saw the Scars with Human League 40 odd years ago.
Yeah, totally. I know, amazing.
And so we've got the first gig is CCA first. Then it's in Edinburgh.
Aye, the Voodoo Room's on the 17th of June.
So you can't go there anyway. You can't go.
No,
it's sold out.
The
Voodoo Rooms is sold out. So we're shouting out all Edinburghers to come to CCA this a week on Saturday, unless you're at the Buckingham Palace. I don't even know what a coronation is. I don't think anyone does. But I think he's going to put a hat on for 500 million quid or something like that.
Yeah. But aye, we've got our own stuff. We didn't need to bother with that.
We didn't need for that stuff. So the CCA on the 6th of May. And free Kibble radio this Saturday, every Saturday until the season ends.
Aye, totally. We're occupying the Kibble every Saturday, 11 till 1 it is now. So everybody's welcome to come there as well. And we'll start getting that out on the airwaves as well. Yeah.
Amazing, mate. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, man.
Oh,
I really
thanks for
appreciate
having me.
time.
Brilliant.
And it's next Saturday, so I'm available next Saturday, so I'll hopefully see you there, mate.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to it. All the best.
And good
mate.
luck tomorrow's night. That sounded great as well.
Yeah, well, you're on the guest list. If you can make it along, mate, please come down.
I will. Do my best. All
nice
right.
one, mate. All the best, man. Catch you. The legendary Tam Dean Byrne, and you can see him and the Scars playing the 6th of May at the CCA. Tomorrow night, we're building a spring with Doghouse coming all the way from Cardiff. The Signal frontman is back in Scotland for the first time in 7 years. We've got the new sound of Scotland, Doss, who will be starting things off about 7:15. The Twistettes, first gig in years. Gasp's first gig in 4 years. It's going to be a really special night. We're going to have a very special after party as well. And I'll just put a schedule link in the comments, because if you haven't already got a ticket, now's the time to do it. I realise a lot of people get paid at midnight, so the price was supposed to go up today, but we're going to leave this for you right now. The schedule link, you'll get tickets for £11. If you can't go to the gig but you'd like to see the live stream, then chip a £5 into the kitty, and then I think we're about 10 tickets away from being able to afford the camera crew, and then we'll be able to stream it live to everyone for free on our YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, Twitch or Twitter watching this show tonight, please go to youtube.com/YouCallThatRadio and hit the subscribe button, because tomorrow's show will be exclusively on our YouTube channel. Epi saying, great seeing and hearing for Tam. Cheers, Matt. Thanks for tuning in, Epi. I'd come to see Tam put a hat on instead, says Mako. Thanks very much, Tam. I hope the gig goes well. I hope to be there next week. This is I'm going to finish with a theme song that we made for our gig tomorrow, because a lot of work, well, not that much work, but a bit of work went into it. You know, a slight bit of work went into making a theme song for this gig tomorrow. R.I.P. Jerry Springer, who died today, but we're building a spring in his honour regardless. Build a hang, we are building a spring. Click the schedule link today, it will change everything. Gasp at the Doghouse, the Twistettes with a Doss crowd, a solar powered lamppost light in a room to brighten your town. But club anywhere and a dump anywhere, knocking lumps into pallets can create atmosphere. I am building something cause I don't have any funding. My head is stuck because I don't exist in London. I am building a spaceship, terraforming new moons, performing sort of voodoo on the gaping hole of old wounds. Building a stage with a monthly subscription, chip in a few quid in. Now we're building a building. Got that throwback prescription as we build up to the beginning. Dead Thatcher's on the beat, still stealing milk from children. Let's build a platform for all forgotten art form. Techno punk and hip hop. Get a swear jar for the green room. April 28, save the date. April 28, save the date. April 28, save the date. Now skedaddle on to Scadolia Plaza.